I'm fucking broken. You see me empty, glasses turn the bottle in my head. I'm feeling dizzy, but you never fucking listen. Gotta jump to your conclusions. I've been heading in directions where I end up getting bruises. That's what the truth is. I take the blame. Always getting jaded, back around, they're all the same. Never wanna hear me, I've been beating from the start. I got money, I got pills, and I got a broken heart. Fuck the love, I'm needing trust. A kiss can make me stronger, but it's fixing no one's heart. I don't need your glitter, I just need a will to start. Numbing through prescriptions, isolations we're apart. So I'm back into the track.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I am here, gracing your screen with my dulcet tones and black void of nothingness, which means that it is Saturday. And it's time for another episode of Stolen Cities. Last one got a little bit tense near the end. So I am looking forward to something definitely a little bit lighter. Yeah, of course it is. No, it isn't. As always, I am joined by Venelin, Ralakan, Cross, and Jason, whose ever-lit furnace burns away the darkness. When last we met our adventurers, they had taken a brief reprieve into Nelahir's library to give a tentative goodbye to Venelin's parents, Aethlin and Rollin. However, their presence within the library once again did not bode well with its patron, Nelahir, the Archfey of the Court of Knowledge. And while trapped inside over the course of the night, they were treated to a bit of their own torments, with the exception of Ralakan. You're welcome. As well as an ultimatum posed to Cross that did not go well at all for Nelahir. Cross was quite cross, if I do say so myself. But this is the look up cam, Spaz. This is the look up cam. Wonderful.
See, it helps that when I look up, it reflects properly on the screen. So if I'm bottom right and I have to look up, I'm looking up top left.
You know what? That is very accurate of you. Thank you. We love you. In any case, the sun is now rising on the human what the shit? On the human colony of Montefiore. What? Are we... I see confused faces, for some reason.
Well, I'm confused as to what you were swearing about during your, description.
Sorry about that. I was trying to realign the cam so I could look at you guys properly, and then accidentally stuck to one of my monitors. I'm just like, stop.
Ah, okay, never mind.
Gotcha.
Confusion settled.
The sun rises on the human colony of Montefiore. The exit to Nelahir's sanctuary, library, prison, whatever you want to call it, potato, really, has opened. And with it, the party is granted egress back into the human colony. a quick goodbye is given to Aethlin's lovely, lovely, lovely parents.
You mean Venolin's lovely parents?
Why did I say Aethlin? I said Aethlin.
That is one of her parents.
Yes, I know. I know, but word bad. So we give a brief but lovely goodbye to Venolin's two parents, Aethlin and Rollin, before departing from the quite hostile demiplane that is Nelahir's throne world. It's surprisingly nice. The sun is not out, as the sun has not been seen from the surface in many centuries. However, it is relatively bright through the cloud cover at the moment. It is quite tranquil. A thing that sort of belies the hostile nature of the last night you spent out here. Ralakan, you're unsure why the rest of the party seems a bit less well-rested than you do.
I don't know about Jason, but y'all need coffee?
I think I could go for a coffee.
Let's get some fucking coffee. Alex, I have a very important question to ask you.
Yeah?
In the post-apocalyptic future that isn't Stolen Cities, is there Dunkin' or Starbucks left?
Oh no.
Thankfully, neither.
Excellent.
It's only Timmy's.
Oh.
You know what? I don't need to think about, like, the Stolen City version of Toronto, where there's just a colossal Timmy's. Just
all that's left of Toronto.
Right? That's just
CN Tower and a
fucking
Timmy's.
The sun never sets on the Timmy Empire.
Honestly, it's not even one of those like really big ones either. It's one of those that only was really accessible through drive-through.
My
like
God.
there's a neon sign that just has the Tim and they worship it as a god.
Yes.
Like
Okay, you laugh, but people do that already, and we are not in a post-apocalyptic world, so
We're not in a post-apocalyptic world.
You know what? I have seen many led astray to worship at the altar of coffee. So,
I honestly wouldn't know because I physically do not drink coffee myself.
Me either. I don't know if anybody did a hydrate, but it looks like everybody's hydrating.
No, I hydrated because I had to. My dude, I've been talking nonstop for the past 8 hours. And I got another 3 hours on the slate.
Some tea with honey would do great.
I don't like tea either.
And some hot water then. Fuck.
Gross.
just drink honey.
No.
Just down
Take a bite out of ginger
bottle.
and drink honey.
Just take the whole honey and just like.
I, for one, just hope that I don't have to go back down there and have that conversation again with him.
Who the what now?
Oh, that's right. Ralakan, while you were resting peacefully and sleeping in the library, Cross took a page out of my book and basically threatened wholesale destruction, and I'm so proud of him. I also don't know if I should feel offended or very proud that I am being used as a threat.
Consider it a compliment. It's what makes you, you.
True.
And that's from a robot.
So I know it's true.
The fact that he had the audacity to put everyone at risk like that was not the smartest move I'd say he could have made. But regardless, let's get something hot to drink and then we'll have to go talk to Elzen.
Oh yeah, we're still trying to work with this guy. Yuck.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Ralph? Yeah, Ring's getting worse.
Oh.
He gently holds up the ring on a chain now. Which I'm assuming looks more like a morning star than a ring now.
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
Okay. It would look significantly more like a morning star if the 4 long spiked protrusions coming out of the side of the ring where the gem is were not slowly beginning to curl inward.
Like talons clutching like an egg or something?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Mmm.
That's not good.
No. No, isn't.
Right then. So, yeah, I'm under the suspicion that we are running out of time. Rather fast.
Well, then I guess we better get a move on.
As you guys are kind of walking and talking, you reach the barracks where they seem to be just finishing serving breakfast. Unfortunately, with the absence of like proper clocks, it occurs to you that it's a bit later in the day than you expected it to be. You do remember several denizens of the Feywilds professing that time passes a bit differently within the Court of Knowledge. However, whereas you guys are typically up bright and early around like 6, 7 o'clock, this is looking like a good 10, 11.
That's not concerning in the slightest.
Not one bit.
Either way, she's not wasting any more time because we don't have any time to waste. And she is heading for the last place that we saw Elzen.
Well, I assume you guys are stopping for coffee first.
Yes, in
Cool,
to-go
okay.
cups.
Yes.
Cool, wonderful.
Like
You guys stop to get coffee.
at that local place in Toronto that worships that god named Tim.
In any case.
You started that joke. Just saying.
Yes, I did. I ain't saying nothing. But in any case. You guys go to get coffee, and on your way out, one of the guards on post kind of flags you down, Venelin. It's like, did you guys go to stay somewhere different?
Not technically.
Only asking because we saw the corpses out in the forest, but we didn't see you. We thought you might have died.
Ha! Please. Things that go bump in the night are not going to kill me, and they're certainly not going to kill my friends.
I mean, sure, fair enough, but it's been 2 days.
Oh. Well.
Oh, dude.
No, everything's fine. I just, reconnected with my father, and we had a little bit of family catching up to do. I'm sure you understand.
2 days?
I haven't seen them in 6 years!
You know, fair enough.
Has it been 6 years? Was that how long it was?
I believe so.
Yeah, okay. So, yes. I maintained the 6 years then, without having to edit.
For 6 years! He kind of just, like, backs down at the, I haven't seen them in 6 years, but... and kind of waves you on with your day.
Thank you for doing such an exemplary job of guarding this fair city. Encampment. Town.
Place.
Yes.
You know, that thing.
Yep.
That thing that we like.
But yes, we're gonna get our coffee, and we're gonna go.
No, it was... where is it? I lost where I was. I lost where you guys were, rather.
We're right here.
Shut the fuck up. I have a I have a map of the island, is my thing. There you go. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, where Alzin was being held captive is quite a bit away from here. It's in kind of like a an armory / outpost, but is a couple of miles away. The guard does still have your vehicle. Alternatively, you could ask for transportation.
We paid for a buggy. We're getting our buggy.
Fair enough.
Yep. Before anybody else speaks up, Venelin is just gonna get in the front seat. She is just gonna get into the driver's seat. We are not having this discussion again.
I don't know. I thought Ral did a pretty good job the last time that he drove.
That's not the discussion I'm referring to.
I don't know. Does Jason know how to drive?
Hey, he read a book.
He did read a book on, like, the anatomy of a car.
Figure it out.
I'm sure he could.
If he could drive a Jason, he could drive a car.
Cross will curl up into the back seat.
But if you don't feel comfortable with Jason barely fitting in the front seat, he will latch on to the hood.
Given your size, we're going to say latch onto the roof.
Yes, I meant roof. I don't know cars.
How to spot a city boy within 30 seconds.
I'm just going to be here, not taking any psychic damage at all.
Anyway, yes, so Venelin is going to drive the party in the direction of...
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just one of those, like, one hand on the steering wheel, the other hand either over the stick shift or with the coffee in hand.
It's gonna be the
Drinking.
coffee, because I'm pretty sure that I don't think that there's a stick shift beetle.
Yes, there are.
And ours
Cross.
is a stick shift. We've already established this.
Yep. Cross, have you ever had coffee?
Probably not. He has had hot chocolate, though.
Would you be getting a coffee?
If they did not have hot chocolate, yes.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
For the coffee!
Yes.
Well, we're boned.
We have a 23. Cross. You don't remember the last time you felt your eyes dilate? But they do ever so slightly. There is something in this definitely not hot chocolate that is quite stimulating.
Various twitching and shaking kind of picks up.
I will say, the car does have cup holders.
Uh-huh.
Not that any of you will use them, because if there's anything I know, it's you guys are going to take the hardest path through anything. But
That's not true. You
It's
just
fine.
have never driven with me specifically in a car. I do not use the cup holders. I will shift with my drink in my hand.
That's
fine.
at all.
You can play coffee on nightmare mode if you want. I'll stick with the cup holder.
Coffee on nightmare mode. Okay,
Well,
continue. I love the description.
in any case, you guys start to head southeast towards the armory. When you're stopped about a block from the armory. You can see the building in sight, but you do remember there being a protective detail within a radius around the armory. The last time you were here was with an escort. And they kind of ask that you pull over.
She does.
Wonderful. Two officers approach the vehicle, one on each side. The one that approaches from the right is kind of like taken aback for a moment by Ralakan's appearance, but is still nonchalant. And the one on the left,
My appearance.
yeah,
Look, man, nobody sees fish people, okay?
like, fish people are not common by any sense of the imagination.
I feel a little insulted.
It's not like he fucking recoils in fear, like he just saw the Shape of Water thing, but like, like he just kind of like is slightly perturbed and then realizes that yes, this is in fact still a sentient being and not a being born from the depths of my nightmares, and returns to nonchalance. The human on the other side kind of raps for you to let down the window, and as soon as you do, it's like, mind stating your business at the armory?
We're here to see Alzen.
The captive. As Montefiore said, you might be coming by.
Yes.
We don't permit many to spend too much time with him, but I suppose we can give you an hour.
Okay.
And the two officers then head to the back to pop the trunk. None of you has anything particularly super suspicious on your person, do you?
Does the large machine, possible artillery-looking machine, attached to the roof of the car, does that count as suspicious?
Not gonna lie, you probably make this car look like a warthog. But
Wait a minute, this is a Volkswagen.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Then the trunk is actually in the front.
yes, that's
Huh?
right. Fucking bugs. They go to the front and pop the hood to look inside. I'm not calling it a front trunk or anything like that. It's a hood. Oh my
You
god.
can call it the boot.
The boot. Do I look like a freaking three-head to you?
Anywho.
Okay. I will not be pandering to British people. In any case, they pop the trunk. Don't see anything too suspicious. They kind of check each of you out. They figure you're armed because vampire hunter, regular hunter, robot.
Hello.
And casually, the most dangerous person of the party, the blind monk.
Who is twitching and bouncing in his seat.
Are they it? No, are they it? No, are they it? No, are they it?
I would hate to see how he handles himself if he failed that save.
Passes out from caffeine overdose.
It'd play out a lot like an episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh god!
Well, it's a good thing that didn't happen.
You guys might have had to spend this episode searching for Cross. But in any case, eventually they do kind of like look at each other and then at the piece of equipment attached to the roof and then back at each other. Is that a mod to the vehicle of some kind?
No.
I cannot fit inside, so I latch myself on the top.
And they kind of are more taken aback at that than they are at Ralakan, at the fact that you just, like, spoke to them as what looks like living artillery. But, it's like, gotcha. In that case, you can go on, and they immediately just, like, wave you down the rest of the street towards the armory.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
It is very clear that they want nothing to do with this band of lovable misfits and their giant robot.
Smart. And, off we go.
Nothing will turn their shirts any more red than sharing another line with this party.
No, this isn't concerning in the slightest.
Oh no. That was short-sighted of me to make that joke. Ooh.
Short-sighted, you say?
Oh.
Okay, that I was a fool. I was fool. I was fool. Brain bad. How could I have been so blind? I'm going to shut up now.
You can't.
Right.
You're the DM.
I think
Yeah, we kind of need you to continue driving this story.
Fuck. My brain don't work tonight. My brain don't work. The brain does not go burr. But in all seriousness, you guys pull into the lot for the armory. It is entirely filled with significantly more souped up and actually weapons outfitted cars, which makes your very small unoutfitted cord bug slightly out of place. It is maybe a third of the size of any of these other vehicles. These vehicles all look like luxury cars, but outfitted with roll cages, armor, and weapons.
I'm sorry. Are we getting car shamed?
Well, there's nobody out here to car shame you. Thankfully. And you guys exit and approach the entrance to the armory. As with the original cordon, there are two people at the entrance. It's like, yeah, you're Montefiore's crew. Here to see the inmate.
Yes.
Wonderful. He's been asking about you. Well, the kid more accurately.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to know something about how your engagement was going.
Venelin turns and looks across. Engagement?
What?
Congratulations, Senora.
Cross's seemingly dead eyes just kind of seem to dart around very quickly. Oh, I think I know what he's talking about, but don't worry about it.
Understood.
And they
He
kind of just like
gently tugs at the chain around his neck.
Ah! Yes, that engagement. Haha. Venelin still has no fucking idea what's going on. She's just going with it.
Wait, has Cross not told Venelin? Oh no, that's not good.
You're gonna have to clarify because I thought I told her everything.
Yeah,
I was pretty sure.
Yeah, no, you did. She's just an idiot sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough. In any case, the guards.
This woman has a 12 intelligence. She's really good at one thing, and it's killing creatures of the night. Okay? She is really good at one singular thing.
And you know, we got our tank, we got our support, and the last thing I expected was to bring you on, have you be a fucking one trick. But enough of my MOBA FPS jargon. The teleporter is quite further along in its development in the couple of days that you have been here. It's looking pretty up to par, actually, with the son of a gun. With the teleporter that you guys had seen at the glass. 1 second.
He has been summoned.
Hopefully not.
No. None summon me whilst I am cloaked. They cannot detect me.
Yeah, okay.
One of my family members likes to joke that when I am doing this, I am cloaked like a Klingon.
LeMayo.
LeMayo indeed. In any case, Alson is still chained to the cage. He seems to be kind of in a bit of half sleep. Seems to be resting in a chair overlooking the control panel. His head's kind of lolled back, as though he were working on something and fell asleep while working on it. Venelin, it has been a very long time since you have seen the open and exposed jugular of a vampire.
Hello? I exist?
You're not that dumb.
It gave you my heart. You can stab it by turning over in your bed with a knife in your hand. Just.
You are not.
And then people
that
wonder
dumb.
why, and then you wonder why people think you're asleep. You guys say the things that come out of your mouths, and then wonder why the NPCs think that this is some weird shit.
You know what? Fuck it. This is an adventuring polycule, and we're just gonna have to fucking deal with it.
Cross is a child! Okay.
Cross just took on a fucking elder god? I don't want to hear Cross is a child from you.
You know what? On the one hand, Cross is definitely like 60 or 70 years old in human years. But on the other hand, I don't think we should be making the mental maturity argument. So we're going to be over here talking to, or rather, examining a sleeping Alzan as the guards open the cage door and allow you ingress.
Fuck.
Do you want coffee?
Venelin is gonna turn around and look at Ralakan as just, you need to stop me.
I mean, I give you. You know what? I think I have a better idea. You can go, but you can't use your knives.
They
did not
funny.
take your weapons at the door like they did last time.
It's funny that you seem to think that that is going to stop me from killing a creature of the night.
Would you like me to stop you?
Hi, Alzan.
Thank you, Cross.
Hang on.
Look, she
He
was
just
having
rolled
a
a
very
fucking
big
nat
moral
20
dilemma.
on his Constitution save.
Fuck, are you kidding me?
He's still asleep.
So, may I try my tried and true power? I have the special ability that I have in hand.
I don't know what this is, but sure.
That was oddly well timed, and I need you not to do that again.
Was that an actual sneeze?
No!
Okay, good.
I've practiced so hard to get.
You know what?
course.
If I can't even say anything because I have definitely practiced my like terrible asthma attack cough on multiple occasions.
Bro, sometimes you just need to be able to call out of work.
If you're watching this, take your paid time off. It's paid. Take it. Oh, man. And lo and behold, Alzin springs awake at the noise, having rolled a 2 on his Constitution save tool.
Yay.
And you kind of like hear him click his jaws open and shut for a moment. You're not my turn down service.
No.
So what Miss Montefiore thinks her work is done. She sent you to do the job.
Also, no. How's the portal coming?
Close. Very close. There are 2 items that I think I might need.
Uh-huh.
One's a power cell. They're rather difficult to destroy. So I'd be pretty confident if I mentioned that one might be in the ruins of the Barclays Center. However, the other is a calibration matrix, which is significantly more difficult to procure. Normally, I'd tell you to go get it from the glass tower, but since you're so buddy-buddy with the V7, I could borrow your friend here for his.
What you mean? Borrowed Jason?
Yes, there's one somewhere in that housing of his. I'll give it back as soon as I'm done with it.
But wouldn't
Hmm.
that?
It wouldn't kill him. It'd just leave him a bit discombobulated for a little while.
What do you mean by discombobulated?
Any of you ever been very severely inebriated?
Yes.
Calibration matrix.
Ugh.
Is there another place that we can get the power cell thing?
Unless you have another sentient V unit lying around. Or another teleporter lying around.
I do know of a few sentient V models. However, should it be okay with the rest of my friends here?
Wait.
If the worst comes down to it, I will gladly sacrifice myself for you.
Wait, could you just give up your wings? Don't they have a power cell in there?
Not sentient. Also,
Yeah.
not big enough.
Damn.
Now, could he not operate it instead of having to, moderately destroy him?
It would be removing a component, one that I can reinstall once we've completed our work.
And you couldn't perhaps just interface instead?
If Jason knew what he was looking for, then yes, but unfortunately he doesn't.
Really?
There's a bit of an issue.
Well, care to share with the rest of the class?
The place where Sangren is hiding, the entrance to his throne world. I believe it to be another stolen city. And as
Roll
such...
credits.
What's up?
I said roll credits.
As such, while with the power core, the teleporter could operate fine on its own. I need the calibration matrix in order to properly search for what it is I'm looking for, ensure its coordinates, and make sure that when we teleport there, we're not teleporting 30,000 feet above the ground to an empty death.
Oh, I can float.
Congratulations. That makes exactly one of us.
No, that makes technically two of us because Jason can fly.
Can indeed fly.
So
And
this
should be
sounds
able
more
to
like
support
you will
everyone
plummet
else.
to your death, and well, that doesn't sound like a problem for us.
That still leaves you in the middle of nowhere with no way back.
I found my way home from worse situations.
This is not simply being stuck a couple of miles from home, Venolin. This is very far, like across the world far.
Also, a really big problem that if we don't get this solved quickly, then the ring's going to probably break and Sanguine's going to just get out.
Time is indeed a factor, Venolin.
Oh no, I'm aware. However,
And
Jason, since you have integrated with some of the others, how complete are your memory cells?
That's a good question. How complete are my memory cells?
roll me a history check.
Oh, great.
You've got to be good at those. You.
10!
Right down the middle. Perfect. What are you looking to see if he remembers?
I'm looking to see if he remembers the location of other stolen cities. Since Alzin is so sure that Jason can't find it if he doesn't know what he's looking for, except for the fact that Alzin hasn't exactly told us what he's looking for, so we can't peruse the memory banks.
Unfortunately, not having specifically been given knowledge of them and having very limited contact with the systems of New Manhattan that would allow him said access, Jason is unfortunately bereft of said knowledge.
Fair enough.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So you need a power source, which we're going to find, you said, at the
Barclays Center, the Colosseum that was so expeditiously destroyed by your traveling troops some time ago.
Oh yeah, we overloaded the thing.
Oh, right.
You guys blew up the teleporter in the Colosseum to stop him from being able to use it to invade New Manhattan.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Okay, so we had to just go all the way back across the island to get there.
And, if by chance that power cell isn't viable anymore,
Are there any other alternatives?
Either from another teleporter or from a sentient Seraphim hull.
well, I suppose
So
we're
we
heading.
Other than
technically
that,
could end
I
up going back to the glass tower and collect all the materials from that teleporter, and then bring them back here.
Yeah.
that would leave the glass tower without a teleporter.
I'm sorry. Why is that a concern? considering the fact that we already crashed New Manhattan into the frickin' ocean.
Teleporters are convenient. Also, vampires can't cross running water.
Wait. Can vampires swim?
In still water, potentially. But like in running water, as in like an ocean or a lake or any decently sized independent body of water, probably not.
Could I can't fly over it. I can't
But
swim.
of course you
through
can fly over it, but like
It's the fucking problem.
Yeah, it's just a main part of the mythology of vampires that they cannot cross running water, and interestingly enough, the reason why they do not have a reflection in mirrors is actually because of the silver that was in the mirrors.
Yep. Because mirrors used to be backed with silver, which is why vampires couldn't see it, which means that nowadays vampires actually probably could see themselves in mirrors because they are no longer backed with silver.
Or you know.
enough talk about gorillas. Let's. Okay, Bardock.
Okay.
Other than those, I'd be hard pressed to tell you where else you could find a suitable power core.
Well, we could. We could put it back when we were done.
Well, then there's the implication of the fact that Allison was kind of tasked with putting this thing together, so this way they could get supplies here.
Well, then it's mostly just shifting the teleporter, isn't it?
Well, if we had to take the power supply back, then all of this could end up being completely worthless, and then, well, the people that could put him in charge of it will get very mad.
No, I mean, it's not what I mean. What I mean is, if we're getting it for them anyway, we're basically just shifting the location of the teleporter, aren't we? Which means that they just have to come here, which could potentially create a new area of commerce for them instead.
Well, there is only one little problem with that.
Uh-huh.
Well, putting things into a bit of a perspective of how xenophobic the people here are to vampires, having a bunch of vampires teleport into their safety, right behind their safety wall, could end up becoming a massive, massive problem, leading to a lot of death on both sides, and possibly another war. Can I have some more coffee?
Is this what you're like on coffee?
One of the guards leaves to go get him coffee.
Nope, that's a bad idea.
Make it a decaf.
One of them nods, the other one gives you a look like he's about to call you a coward.
No!
We are not gonna have cross hopped up on coffee of caffeine.
We
Like
already
he's-
have cross hopped up on caffeine. Hello?
Oh my god, he's jazz.
In any case, I've been saying that a lot today. Fuck all of you. Um,
Well, in any case, we could probably go out to that old center, try to find through the wreckage, bring back the power core. Jason, if you wanted to donate your calibration matrix thingy to it, by all means. I
I'd be
don't
more
really
than
think we
happy
could
to help
get
my
appointed
friends.
under one. And, well, the faster that we get it done, the quicker that we can get this thing fixed, because this is, well, kind of creeping me out, and also I've been hearing it whisper, and a lot of things have been kind of happening. I've been hearing heartbeats, and I've also been finding myself a little more agitated than usual.
Oh,
That's disconcerting. Yes,
okay.
let's go forward.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of which, Elson, do you know what exactly is going to be happening soon? At least judging by it in terms of its stage at the moment.
Well, I'm sure Blood God was never meant to be hid in something as simple as a ring of mind shielding. He kind of very gently lifts up the chain from your neck to examine the ring. And let's roll some of those and a couple of these. Was that a fucking? Oh Lord!
Yeah.
Sanguine here?
No, Sanguine's not here.
Okay, good.
I'd say it's only a matter of time before those talons start to maybe ever so slightly crack that gem. In the moment it does, it's probably going to go for whichever one of you seems the most lively. Given that, according to what you told me last time, Cross was quite adept at holding him off while you did what you do, I would not be surprised if it went for him first, though his particular disability might serve as a deal breaker. Who knows? It said he's thousands of years old, so couldn't tell you.
Fair enough.
I mean, on the upside, you won't have to worry about him corrupting Glason.
No. Might just have to worry about him corrupting Ralakan or myself.
Ah, yes, you're a vampire now, aren't you? That'll make things easy. In any case, good luck.
Why would it make things easy?
He's just very much keeping this, we're not your boss, we're your family grin on his face.
Ah, yes. Paint.
Might want to make it easy?
Because that's the god of blood.
Oh yeah, because then he'll just go in right and just possess him because he's already a vampire and he doesn't have to convert either of us into a vampire for that to happen. Huh.
Alright, well, we
Well,
better
then
go
that
to
would
the
be
wreckage.
incredibly inconvenient because Ralakan requires water to constantly be around that kind of stuff, specifically running water for the Bravo thing, maybe. Cross just kind of begins rambling off.
Speaking of water, you need a glass of.
At that point, the guard arrives with more coffee.
Venolin is not even gonna let that happen. She just reaches out, takes it, and doesn't matter how hot that shit is, she is just downing it.
It's a decaf.
Nope. You? Next time we start you off on a very much of a smaller dose of coffee.
Well, I really don't see what the big deal is.
Mm-hmm.
He is operating at a much more efficient rate.
No, he is operating
I see this as a benefit.
Nope, that is just faster. It is not more efficient. They are not the same thing.
I am processing 758 times faster, and the answers are all wrong.
I'm stupid faster.
Oh.
I think there's a Shen comic about that.
Alright. We better go deal with getting what he needs. To the Coliseum.
How far away is that again?
Hopefully not too far.
If you guys hoof it and remember how to get there, it should only take you about a couple of hours.
Okay. Well,
Wunderbar.
yeah, Venelin is just gonna usher everybody back to the car. And,
Bye, Alzen. Don't get eaten.
Ugh.
And he kind of tips his invisible hat to you. You guys make your way out. The guards seem more or less uninterested, except for the fact that you guys are significantly more hurried now than you were last time. And one of them asks you, did he give you anything useful?
Well, he's sending us out for parts.
Oh, wonderful. Well, good luck. I hope he doesn't send you into a vampire nest like he nearly did one of our other parties.
Well, it's a good thing that they wouldn't be able to do anything to me, isn't it?
That's what Jackson said.
Yes, well, Jackson's not me. Do excuse me. And she's not even gonna say anything more. Heads to the car, gets in the driver's seat.
Benlin's a little bit of a dick.
Venelin
Jackson.
is tired and wants to kill Alzen, and we still can't do that.
Jackson was 3 days from retirement.
I'm really
Damn.
sorry to hear about your friend.
Let him mourn his friend. They were roommates.
Yeah? We all know what that means.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
They were sharing rent.
Anyway.
In any case, you guys head back down through the rest of the colony of Montefiore and back to the security ball. There you meet once again Captain Hector, who recognizes the vehicle for being noticeably bright blue and significantly less tricked out than all the other cars. And kind of just approaches, leaving already?
Yes, have a task to deal with. Somebody needs materials.
Any clue when you'll be back?
If all goes well, 6 or 7 hours.
Fair enough. Just try to be back by 9 o'clock. It's when we erect the barriers.
Okay.
Understood. We will do our best.
Wonderful. Veteran, you're in the driver's seat. Give me a dex check at advantage.
Okay.
You're a bit better versed in carology now.
Yay. That is a nat 20.
Which of a son?
So a nat 20 plus 5 for a total of 25.
What's better than 24? 25. Yo, that wind outside is a bitch and a half.
I kind of want to see what the hell's going on. Oh.
I went to check and then I realized I'm not in New York.
I also almost checked outside as well. Also, almost forgetting I'm not in New York.
What are you talking about? You're on Long Island.
Yeah, and I live in Spaz's apartment.
That's what the fuck are you doing in Vetelan's room? Well, you're not in Vetelan's room anymore. What are you? What are you doing in Aethan and Rollins' room now?
Anyhow.
What?
His vampire
question.
urges overcome him. Sorry, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so what time is it that we leave?
I'm gonna say noon.
Okay. So it's 12 o'clock now. We've got 9 hours to get there and get back to deliver the tofu.
Yes, because the shield wall closes and is sealed at 9 p.m. Otherwise, you are trapped outside with the night creatures for the night. And you probably do not want to be that. They are very active in this area outside of the colony.
Cue the royalty-free Eurobeat music. We do not have
Wow!
that.
No, we don't.
We need a budget.
If you would like to help us expand on said budget, feel free to subscribe to Twitch and or our Patreon. You can find all of that information in the panels below.
Damn, that was a shill. We like that one. We like those. No, like genuinely, unironically, not being sarcastic. That was a very good segue. We love it here.
Thank you. I occasionally can pull out the radio announcer voice and make myself sound like a absolute sellout.
Please
Speaking of
support us on
segways, do we get
Patreon.
ambushed by a bunch of vampires on segways?
No.
Damn.
You guys did not stay in the you guys didn't stay in the Source Mall where you could get attacked by vampires on Segways. But yes, absolutely. Sub to our Twitch, subscribe to our Patreon, get some nice perks, see stuff early. They have our families. Come on.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You are very well versed in the art of car, Venlin. Now, I will need a history check.
I have a distinct feeling this may not go as well.
You can drive, you just need to know where to go.
Isn't the directions the co-pilot's job?
Can Jason assist with being a roof-mounted GPS?
Can one of my co-pilots tell me where to go instead, please?
Ralakan and Jason may both roll me history checks.
Because I rolled a 4, and it's a 4 plus 1.
I'm not any better! I rolled a 2!
Cross, you got a problem. You don't know where to go!
Don't worry, guys. I got this. I got an 11.
There it is! That's what it'll sound like when we get there.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I don't know, Venlin, shut up, you're the one driving! Oh, fuck.
Cross swears he knows where to go, but will only tell you if you let him drive. And then it occurs to you that he's blind and has no idea where to go, so you just tell him to shut up. Jason, you have a vague memory of which way you guys are supposed to go. You kind of remember to take this road down for quite a long while, and then get onto this other highway that was rather barren and devoid of life. And thankfully, your trip takes you right back down that road. You head a bit north towards the parallel road that you guys took to get here. Here's even like past that that mall that was being used as a human encampment. It's very nice during the day when it isn't being attacked by vampires or bugbears.
Wait, isn't this the place where we turned on the power and it was, like, just completely infested with bugbears?
Yes.
And he needs a power converter. Never mind. We're just gonna keep going to the Coliseum. Disregard. Nope, gonna go rescue the one we already wrecked. I am trying not to commit war crimes on this rogue, okay? I commit enough war crimes on my wizard!
You're trying not to steal power from hundreds of innocent humans, including children.
Yes!
Like, they just want to use their little post-apocalyptic Dave and Buster's. Do you know how few of those games still work? One of them just sits in the back and plays Galaga. Like,
He thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
it's me. I'm the one sitting back there playing Galaga.
I mean, we can't forget about the time that we went to Fantasy Dave and Buster's and our blind man won at Duck Shoot. Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt.
Blind man won Duck Hunt. Look at him. He is so zen. I wonder what is going through his mind. Unimaginable war crimes.
Have you seen my son?
How did we not make that joke when we did that?
I'm taking a lap. Seriously though, I will be right back. I need water.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
Well.
Yeah, so we're going to continue on to the Colosseum because we're not stealing power from people who are just trying to live their lives. Desperately trying not to commit war crimes here.
Right there.
Lucas, no.
It could be so easy. We're on a time limit.
Lucas, no! Please don't make Veteran start giving a Captain America speech. I don't want to do it.
I do find it a little strange how, well, doesn't seem to talk about Sangren trying to break out and possess one of us as an engagement.
Almost as if it's inevitable that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't like
Didn't
that.
really want to bring it up. Yeah, I didn't really want to bring it up to him in front of him, but I figured that maybe he would just taunt us again about it.
I mean, could he... He's a known liar.
That too.
Okay. Well, moving on, and Veteran drives past this place towards the Colosseum because we are not committing war crimes if we can help it. We will threaten war crimes, but we will not commit them if we can help it.
Tell that to Cross.
As she gives Cross a very fond look in the rearview mirror that he can't see nor return.
Cross is just bouncing around in the backseat. You know, I just realized something.
What's that, Cross?
We didn't ask him what it looks like.
Oh dear.
Alex?
Alex?
Does this vehicle have a working radio?
Yes.
Okay. Is there like...
Does it have a communications radio?
Nope. Does it have... When I say a working radio, I mean something that plays music.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a tape or a CD in the deck? This is a simple yes or no answer.
Yes.
Cool. I don't care what's playing on it. I'm going to turn it on. I am going to crank the volume as loud as possible. And then I am going to scream the word fuck at the top of my lungs over top of the music and then turn it down.
Cheeseburger in Paradise by Jimmy Buffett plays loudly in the distance.
What did I miss?
Alton sent us off to go get a thing, and nobody asked him what it looked like. And Cross just pointed it out!
Alex.
Yes.
I have a power cell in me, correct?
Yes.
Would I have an idea of what it would look like for something as large as a teleport?
It would most likely look like yours, but a little bit larger. Like maybe by a factor of 2.
Okay. Understood. I don't know if I can hear you guys talking, because I'm just on the roof.
Yeah, like the wind's in your face and all that. Like it is very difficult to hear.
Just suddenly the car starts vibrating from the volume of the radio, and then you just probably hear her muffled screaming over the sound of the music.
And then it just turns back down as I got it out of my system in a very short little burst.
You see Jason Go-Go Gadget his neck like by the window, the door window, knocks on it. Is everything okay, Venelin?
Yes.
Are you in pain?
No.
May I help you?
Maybe. We have a slight complication.
Do tell.
You wouldn't happen to know what the power cells look like, would you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, thank God.
I have one myself. Assumedly, if it is anything kind of alike what I have, it'll just be a little bit bigger to house the power for a teleporter.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I think that's everything. You have been a fantastic help. Thank you so much, Jason.
You're very welcome. Please, if you do feel you can put the music on loud again, I was quite enjoying it.
Alright, Alex, now here's the important question. What the hell is the CD in the CD deck? Or do I get to choose? Because I don't think you're going to like it if I choose.
You know what? Only a D6.
That's a 6.
Ooh. You guys have Metallica's Black Album in the CD deck.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
Unfortunately, for being in a very tense situation, we do not have For Whom the Bell Tolls to play right now, as it is the Black Album, and not Ride the Lightning. However...
That's okay. You can't go wrong with Metallica.
No, you cannot. Also, Wherever I May Roam is a very nice I'm driving on an empty road song. It's time to floor it. SpongeBob noises.
I think the only one better might be Panama by Van Halen. Especially if you need to get somewhere fast. It's a driving song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my headache is going away. Yay.
Venelin, as the music starts playing, you kind of let your foot lower onto the gas a bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
And start speeding this trip up a bit.
Fantastic.
Gentlemen, are we going a little bit fast?
No, I got this all under control.
Jason, another history check, please.
Okay. Let's see if we get that nat 1, baby.
Also, I don't know if we've got any drivers in chat, but good music always makes you drive faster. Always.
That's a 14.
Cool car factors. Jason, as you start getting into a bit more familiar territory, it does become aware to you where you guys exactly are going. And you managed to correctly steer Venelin on a fork that would, in the wrong position, have taken her very far from your destination.
Wonderful.
Venelin, you find yourself quite close to being on the water. This highway seems to sort of loop around the outer ring of the island, a lot like a belt. Until you start to notice a road heading further inland, which you take at the direction of Jason.
Okay.
It is here that the architecture very abruptly starts to get denser, with more tightly packed buildings kind of closing in, much more reminiscent of the city you remember traversing in the early days of your trip together.
Okay.
And eventually you do find yourself in what is most certainly a vampire-occupied territory. At this point, it's getting close to 2 o'clock. Something like that. Having the music on did make you a lot more comfortable pressing the gas. So the trip did not take anywhere near as long as you expected it to.
Fantastic.
However, your presence is noted by the vampires of the area, many of whom are just kind of just walking around, living their lives, doing their thing. Oops. Until eventually you find yourself at the most hated place in all of New York City, a red light.
Uh-huh. I'm going to decelerate, downshift, and brake in time for said red light.
Wow. Venelin being surprisingly conscious. We love to hear it.
No, because I'm not gonna lie, it's because shifting a car is fun.
Shifting a car is fun.
It's literally 90% of the reason why I always want to drive a standard and never want to drive an automatic. You don't shift an automatic.
It's the feel of control.
Yup.
I just want to make fast and furious noises.
Nyum.
Noom!
Look, I'm not saying in another world Venelin would have been an F1 racer. But
You know what? My initial D game can wait until after this one's done.
This one though, it's all about family.
So I'm waiting at this red light.
And it is excruciatingly long. Unfortunately, one thing New Manhattan definitely had on this place was a severe lack of traffic. Also, magic-powered vehicles rather than gas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. How is our gas tank looking? Actually, I shouldn't be asking that. I can't see that.
No, you cannot.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna follow up with the question of how is our gas tank doing, Alex?
You're pretty sure that E stands for extra, so you've got plenty of gas.
I'm not that stupid.
Nice.
We're running on fumes, aren't we?
You guys got about a quarter tank.
Okay.
You guys have time to stop for gas.
Alright. Well, okay, so before we go to the Coliseum, the first thing I'm gonna look for is a gas station. As in, is there one on the corner? Like every major city.
Investigation. As you're making your way down Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn.
Sure, I don't know where that is, but that's a 15.
Scalp. Ah. There it is. Eventually, a couple of more blocks up, you do in fact find a gas station. In fact, find a gas station.
Ah!
Dang. I didn't get to whether or not we had cell phones in 3756.
Shut.
No.
Anyway, we find the gas station.
Yes. You pull into this gas station. Strangely enough, the prices are not displayed.
Uh-huh.
However, you pull up, and you can kind of see somebody kind of like standing very nonchalantly at the door to the gas station. Madeline, you've met plenty of vampires. You're pretty sure this is a vampire.
Mm-hmm. She's going to very calmly get out of the car and stay on her side of it and lean against the car. What's it gonna cost me to fill this vehicle?
The man kind of, not really with any sort of swagger, but he does seem a bit off kilter. Maybe it's sort of he's limping or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of approaches the car. 10 gold pieces probably fill her up just fine. And then he kind of looks at you, Venlin. And he can see color and hear things like a beating heart.
Mm-hmm. You mean the fact that there are 4 people in and or on the vehicle and 2 of them don't?
and stops, and then goes down, looks down to the passenger seat. It's like, so do these two speak for you?
I kind of look to Venelin just to make sure if I open my mouth here, I don't die.
This woman's about to pop a fucking blood vessel.
She's the stabby one. Don't piss her off. In fact, she's the leader of this. The fuck are party?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with party. I'm gonna go with
A
adventuring party.
cavalcade of fuck-ups?
We're not a cavalcade of fuck-ups. I'd like to think we are marginally successful and have at least one brain cell between all of us. At least one. Lord knows I don't have it.
Fair enough.
He kind of like cocks an eyebrow. He kind of cocks an eyebrow at the idea of you acknowledging a blood bag as the leader of your little cadre. However, he nonetheless says that'll be 10 gold. He doesn't give it any further investigation. He's not going to get into the god dang, I ain't seen a live human in some time kind of thing. He's just going to ask you for your money and fill up the car.
Sure. She's gonna hand over 10 gold pieces and desperately try not to stab this man. Matter of fact, you know what? Just to be safe for everybody, she's gonna hand in the money and get back in her fucking car.
That's a smart idea.
Thank you very much for your help, sir.
And she just stares out the windshield, knuckles white, on the steering wheel.
You have a wonderful day.
Yo, can somebody get me can somebody get me the banner for like Nicolas Cage's movie Drive Angry?
Ugh.
Oh Lord.
She is so angry.
So we've noticed.
Now, Venelin. Now's not the time to get angry at service workers.
The manager's only gonna be worse.
She knows! She knows this! The manager's only gonna be worse because it's gonna be this guy with a hat that says manager on it!
Suddenly the manager's an elf.
Oh man. Okay, the car is filled, yes, and everything's closed up and we can go.
The guy fills the car, closes it up, leans down to the passenger seat. Says, make sure they get plenty of fruits and vegetables. And then leaves.
I can't be sitting shotgun. I'm like, don't.
She just calmly puts her hand on the gear shift.
Hey, Rel, can I have some apples?
And then very carefully pulls out of the parking lot. Before she just takes a glance at Ralakan out of her periphery. Thank you for answering the way you did. I am gonna go back later and run him over with our car.
For the sake of everyone in this party, before you get a deep vein thrombosis, no.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run him over with the car whenever we've dealt with everything else.
Oh, no, there's a reason why I'm saying no. Because I have an idea. An awful idea.
Mm-hmm.
I have a wonderfully awful idea.
Well, are you gonna tell me this awful idea, or am I gonna have to, like, physically kick you out of the vehicle while it's moving at top speed?
Boom.
Oh.
The void, it hath taken me.
Perfect.
The void hath taken me.
Oh, boom. You know what? I like that idea.
Oh. You gonna leave me in suspense, or like, can we skip the foreplay here?
Today.
Boom. Oh. Like, I can hear The Rock raising an eyebrow in Venelyn's voice as she goes, oh.
Okay. With the promise of destruction firmly in her mind for a later date, she calms down a little bit. But yes, we continue on to the Coliseum. Obeying all traffic laws, because no need to get pulled over by vampire cops and then have to deal with that nonsense again.
Oh, Lord.
You see, now you're giving him ideas.
Look, we already accidentally turned his campaign into a racial allegory. I don't know if he wants us to go that far.
I mean, this man literally just, like, almost nearly called you a blood bag.
I'm pretty sure if he had, nothing Ralakan could have said was going to stop her.
You know what I'm reminded of right now? That one episode of Phineas and Ferb where they're trying to get Love Handle back together, and Maddie's just Ferb, just waiting to beat up on the stylist, and I'm Phineas, not yet Ferb. No one? Just me?
I didn't really watch Phineas and Ferb, so that doesn't hold the same.
I'm too busy bumping Ain't Got Rhythm on repeat for 4.5 days. Phineas and Ferb is freaking goated. Top 10 Disney Channel shows, and it's not even close. If you disagree, cope.
Too old to grow up with it, and too not have Disney Channel to watch it.
So sorry. You guys belt out of that gas station to avoid war criming someone.
For now.
Really should have named this one the one where Venelin doesn't commit any war crimes.
She hasn't commit any war crimes this entire campaign.
Yeah, but like this is the one where she actually has to try not to.
Very close on multiple occasions.
Close only counts at horseshoes, hand grenades, and the atomic bomb, but
I'm not going to interrogate that joke. I
smart
should,
idea. No,
but
don't
I
do that.
won't.
Just let it stand the way it is.
I like my appendages attached. So, you guys peel back down Atlantic Avenue, floor it a little bit, lethal bit. Stop for your red lights, as you do. Until eventually you find yourselves once again within the vicinity of the Barclay Coliseum. It is surprisingly not as destroyed as you expected it to be. You can definitely see that there is like an entire section of the Coliseum that has collapsed in on itself due to the explosion of the teleporter. But it's actually a bit difficult to tell coming at it from the direction you're coming at it that it even sustained any damage. It takes like circling around to get to the front to see, oh yeah, we did that.
Yes, we did.
However, it does look to be in something of a state of repair. It does look as though the vampires of the area are putting in an effort to repair it. And there are several very large vehicles stationed at different areas of the complex. They are very large, almost like a bright orange colored vehicles with treads rather than wheels, as though made for rolling over things. And each seem to be outfitted with different tools and apparatuses at their disposal. Some of them appear to hold these giant clawed appendages, while some of them hold scoops, and some of them seem to hold extremely tall towers for some reason.
So it's excavators, cranes, and...
You're looking at construction equipment.
Okay, thank you. To be fair, this could have been Lord knows any number of things.
Yeah.
However, the complex is also under guard. There are vampires over here. Though, given Alzen von Karst's minions have long since left this area, you have no clue if they are loyal to him or to some other entity.
Well, couldn't we assume that they're still technically loyal to Vedran?
Theoretically, given this place's proximity to the glass tower, maybe. It has been a while since you've been in this area.
True. Okay. Venelin is going to park out of the way.
Osha.
Sorry, what was that, Tim?
I said they worship the great and powerful Osha.
Oh, Tim. Tim.
Am I dumb?
Don't worry about it.
It's fine, Maddie. I'm dumb.
Okay.
You're in good company.
You're not dumb. You're just Canadian.
Love that. You're not dumb. You're just Canadian.
Okay, OSHA is a, occupational health and safety commission here in the U.S.
Oh, okay. That's... No, I know who that is. We have equivalent up here.
Oh, so you
Tim
mean
was
the company...
making a very good joke. about the construction workers
Yep.
worshipping the god OSHA.
Yep. No, I'm
OSHA's
good.
more like guidelines, really.
I'm caught up.
OSHA was a suggestion.
OSHA was a suggestion.
Christ. Okay. Venolin is going to park the car out of the way of these construction vehicles. And then she is going to see if she might be able to find a foreman.
Okay. You guys look around for a brief moment. Until you eventually find someone barking orders at one of the crane operators. And they kind of flag him down. It's like, he kind of gives you the once over, though significantly less of a leering and jeering that you got from the gas station operator.
Okay.
He's like, what can I do you for?
Just curious who you're doing this particular work for. We had heard fantastic things about the Colosseum on our travels. We were hoping to see it.
Well, unfortunately, it was subject to an attack by this other faction of vampires, not really from around here. We're not sure what happened to cause the explosion. We're still trying to excavate some elements from the basement. We've taken out most of the stuff. There's some real weird contraption in there that's being taken apart as we speak, but the rest of it's just getting everything out so we can start building the place back up again.
Oh, you said weird contraption. What sort of...
I got no earthly idea, hon. I wish I could tell you.
Well, fair enough.
Honestly, this is a bit more of a community effort than anything else.
Really?
Ever since Veteran hasn't been around, we've kind of just been bending, as it were. Manhattan Island's a bit weird being two islands now.
Well, this is still technically New Manhattan.
Suppose. In any case, it's going to take quite a while and a lot of resources to get the place back to what it was. But it's going to start with getting that contraption all out of there.
Might we be able to assist? We have a couple that are very good with their hands and are strong backs, of course, able to lift heavy things. And we'd do it for free. Wouldn't even have to pay us.
I am capable of doing quite a bit of excavation.
He kind of gives you a once-over, looks back at the passenger seat of the car at a fishman, sees Cross's hand frantically waving out of the back seat. You know, it's been quite a bit since anybody's made it off the island over there. May I ask where you guys are coming from? Because I didn't see you coming from the west.
Well, I'm from... oh, God. Madengard. Sorry, that took me way too long to remember, considering the fact that it was a place I called home. I'm originally from Madengard. We've been traveling around. I can't say I can 100% tell you what direction I came from.
It kind of just... He looks a bit suspect, but nonetheless kind of looks around as a distinct lack of help with the construction work at the moment. Suppose if you wouldn't mind excavating what's left of the wiring and insulation work around the contraption so we can lift the rest of it out. Probably be the best thing you could do at the moment. We've separated enough components from the main thing that one of the cranes can just come in and lift it out, but the wiring's a bit of a pain.
Sure.
In worst case, if you're starved for food and board, I can talk to one of the innkeeps, get you a room for the night.
That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
And he kind of goes back to throwing a string of expletives in both human and elvish at one of the other vampires before opening one of the safety gates to grant you guys entrance to the Colosseum.
Venelin is just going to gesture to the others from the vehicle.
Jason will wait for the others to get out before he does his dismount.
Before he eats the car.
Gesture, you say?
Well, to be fair, that is more so that Ralakan can tell Cross that it's time to go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but like if you don't tell Ralakan to do that, his brain cell's not gonna fire.
Ralakan isn't that dumb.
Neuron activation.
Considering the fact that you guys just watched me talk to the frickin' foreman, I'm sure that you can summarize that I just got us inside.
Oh Lord. My man said neuron activation.
And he said it with a straight face.
Rotten.
All right, let's make the donuts.
And,
That's an actual voice line.
And, yeah, so once Ralakan and the others have caught up to her, she, escorts them inside, because we have entry permission.
Wonderful.
Look at you guys not being hobos. Don't you love when the party's not hobos?
I love it when my chair isn't giving me problems.
And Venelin takes a look at Ralakan. We are going to help remove insulation and wiring. This is said to the party as well.
Sounds good. I can certainly help remove.
What are you actually doing?
No, we're actually going to do that, but we're going to pay attention to where they move the contraption that we need. Because they're excavating that out of the building. And then we're going to follow to where they take it. And we're going to steal it.
Why don't we just remove the insulation and wiring and take whatever it's attached to with us just by accident?
Because if the battery is about twice the size of what's in JSON, that is not going to be easy to cover. Or sneak out. However, I could be wrong, and it could be fine. Some of this we're just going to have to play by ear.
By the sound of it, they don't even really know what it is, so maybe we could just get away with just taking it as a
Fair enough.
form of payment.
True, although I did say we would do it for free. But he said that he would talk to one of the innkeepers and get us a room for the night in exchange for the work we're doing. Hopefully we don't have to stay here that long.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, for the record, this is all being said very quietly while they're walking, and anytime they pass somebody, she ceases to discuss the plan. Until they are, once again, just the four of them.
And probably around this time is when Cross's sugar high is just absolutely crashing.
I believe it. Venelin hands him a ration and the water skin.
Thanks.
Yep.
You guys get through the door, enter the Coliseum, and Cross just face plants into the ground.
You're quite alright, Cross.
Mm.
Well, that is...
Jason will just hook onto the back of his shirt and just lift him up and walk. Keep going. We'll just put him on his big old back.
Do you think you could show us what your power cell looks like, Jason?
Oh, absolutely. Jason will then take Cross off his back and then just kind of do a... Just kind of... Big old Transformers open up.
Sure. Very brief, and at this point now we know that we're looking for something twice the size of the one that's in your chest. Okay. And then you can just close back up, we put Cross back on your back, and away we go.
Wonderful.
Alright. So, we're gonna start with doing the insulation and the wiring, and keep an eye out for that power cell. On the off chance that we come across it during the thing that we're doing to assist in the destruction that we absolutely caused.
Also, is there any sort of like wheelbarrows or bags that we're keeping all the debris and all the other crap in?
Or possibly just grab a cart on the way in.
Yeah.
There are plenty of wheelbarrows.
Wonderful.
And you do see, as you guys are headed through the construction zone, that there are several piles that debris is being sorted into. There is a pile for, like, proper construction debris, like pylons and I-beams and, like, metallics and woods and things like that. There's debris from, like, the extraneous stuff within the structure, like the chairs and the pieces of stuff from, like, stores and shit like that. And then there is a separate locked off section for debris specific to the contraption in the basement.
Okay.
It seems like they're doing their best to extract it as intact as possible. However, you can see that there are several sections of it that were damaged as a result that have been kind of like put together very haphazardly in a circle around what Venolin, you can surmise from your conversation with the foreman, is going to be putting the entire thing in the center.
Okay. So they're planning on craning that particular structure out.
Hey, Jason,
Yes, Cross.
you wouldn't happen to have a blueprint in your memory banks for the teleporter, would you?
Let me check. Give me 1 second. JSON is loading. Do I have a blueprint?
You distinctly remember having analyzed the teleporter from the top of the glass tower? However, you do not have any blueprints for, like, the inner workings of it. You have a blueprint for, like, the chassis.
Okay.
But when it comes to the inner workings, you haven't really gotten a chance to, like, look inside and get a good analysis on it.
I have a good understanding of the front end of it, but when it comes into the actual back-end inner workings, I unfortunately do not have that information.
Alright.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Venolin will ask Cross who he wishes to work with.
I'm okay with working with you.
Okay. And then they will get to work.
Shall I assist you, Relican?
Please and thank you. Kenneth just hooks up. I'm a fish, not a robot. I can't lift the debris.
Wonderful.
But we're not lifting debris, you dumbass! Insulation and wiring! Just don't get yourself electrocuted. It's not morning anymore. You shouldn't be wet.
I'm still a fish. Fish and electricity. This is how you get deep fry.
This is how you get tempura.
I was about to say, does he taste like deep fried calamari?
This is so done with me.
Oh man. Venolin is going to ask Cross how he is feeling while they proceed to work their way through all of this.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, my mind just blanked her for a second.
That's okay. She
Yeah,
asked how you
it's
were
fine.
feeling. Considering the fact that you're still holding Sangren, so she's inquiring as to how you're feeling.
How am I feeling? Like, have I been hearing anything from the...
Mostly just discordant whispers, though they have been getting slightly louder. Many of them are in an old language that you do not understand, which, given you are from the Feywilds, is saying something.
It's kind of hard to really put it out there. When everything's quiet, I could hear it a lot clearer, but... I guess the best way to describe it is like someone is just... nails against glass, I suppose? Just across my chest. Around where it is.
Fair enough.
It's disconcerting. Would you like me to look after the ring for a little while? As someone without any veritable blood or anything as of the such, it might not affect me as much as it affects you.
If you think that's what is best.
You seem to be in a lot of pain, and I do not want to see that.
Cross will try to reach and take the necklace off.
Wonderful. I am always happy to help. And Jason will... I don't know if that necklace is big enough to wrap around his head, but in any case, he'll keep it safe in his... probably hook it on to one of his joints on his arm.
It's nice for things to be a little bit quiet, huh?
What was that?
I said it's nice for things to be a little bit quiet, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do apologize I didn't act sooner. I should have realized what was going on with that ring.
It's alright, Jason. I think that this wasn't really such a great plan when I had first thought of it.
Well, sometimes we just have to deal with what we've got. So, with that in mind, we need to get that power converter.
Cross is still slightly concerned on the fact that he had to attune to that ring for it to work.
Yup.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, Fallon, let's get to work.
The faster we get this handled, the faster we can handle him. And be done with this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can go blow up that gas station. With that bastard inside.
Excuse me?
Boom.
When did we derive this plan? Will this aid in our ventures with Elsa?
Oh, no. This is after everything is all said and done and has nothing to do with you and will not be linked back to any of you in any way.
This is just therapy.
Mm-hmm. Explosive therapy, but therapy nonetheless.
Jason just has a blank stare. Understood.
I didn't know Jason finally got an upgrade to have a face.
He
Or did
always
I
has
miss
a blank
that
stare.
The
No, he
expression
does.
never changes.
He can change the little digital big red eye to a little happy face or a heart.
Love it. But yes,
But only those two.
So far.
no, he, that gas station attendant was a racist.
Actually, I think he just recognized us as Ral's food sources, actually.
But that's not what we are.
Well, wasn't that the cover that we were giving to a lot of the other vampires, though?
Not here. That was only in the one spot that was entirely made up of vampires that we definitely weren't going to get anywhere if we didn't. Here, we are not Ralakan's food source. Because he was turned into a vampire here.
Speaking of food.
Yeah, when was the last time you fed, you bastard?
That's a good question.
Hey, Ral, I need a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Uh-oh, our boy's about to go feral.
Oh.
That's a 23.
Oh, thank God. At disadvantage?
At 19. I don't know how to roll disadvantage, so I just rolled 2.
Ral, not gonna lie, that gas station attendant reminding you that 2 of your compatriots have flowing blood and beating hearts was not the reminder you needed that you have not drank in about a week.
Just all dried and shriveled up.
Question. Do I have time to go hunt for a snack? And possibly not a hummin'.
Don't we still have currency? Blood currency?
Well, yes, those are emergency rations for me.
Ah, yes.
I want to see if I can satiate my thirst with, like...
Said it, and the way your face was like, thirst.
But I want to see if I could satiate the urge with
That's not better.
wolf or deer.
Okay, Cullen.
Well, we do.
You know what? I'm not gonna shame Spaz's urge for wolf.
Bro, I just wanted him in Smash. That's all I wanted.
You know what? I'm not going to shame your urge for wolf to smash.
I'm not the one doing this!
No.
Me!
God, Spaz really living up to his name right now.
Really?
Yo, is this a self-report? Yo, exposed?
Hi.
My man's just rolled out. My man rolled out like a goddamn Autobot. My man's rolled out like a damn Autobot. Oh, oh, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
Killed both
Shinto
of us.
Medina.
So, how is Rel going to solve this little problem?
Like IRL, like legit. Rao wants to go out and see if animal blood will satiate the vampire urges, as it were. Because I've
Well,
never, Rao's never tried.
Well, we do know that one of Venolin's parents did satiate his urges through that of the blood of the Displacer Beast.
Well,
So it is quite possible.
yeah. So and here's the thing. He was fighting the urges the entire time and wasn't willing to become a vampire. I was willing, so I became a daywalker.
Yeah, Aethlin's fighting it because that's who he is. Which is eventually going to be worse.
I became a daywalker.
Yeah.
Like I willingly happened to have this. So
Alexa, play Blood Rave from Blade.
anywho, so yeah, Raoul wants to go out hunting and getting some food. Yes, Tim.
You know, I'm not exactly sure about how wildlife is thriving in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Is it? Wait, are we in like Metropolis style Brooklyn where it's like?
We're at the Barclays Center.
Yes, but I don't know. I can't properly. Okay, when you say Barclays Center, I think of IRL Barclays Center. Are we at IRL Barclays Center or are we at post-apocalyptic Barclays Center where who knows what the fuck is going on over there? There could be a goddamn freaking.
Spez, this is New Manhattan. This is a functioning fucking city.
Oh, we're at that one. Okay.
No. We are on. We are at like the IRL Barclays Center, which is post-apocalyptic Barclays Center. There are, however, it is still mostly city.
You can feed off rats and pigeons.
You could fish. You could shoot down some birds.
Shoot down birds!
I'm fucking going bird hunting.
Cool. Give me a survival check as well as a D100.
Oh, wonderful.
And I will get back to you.
Alright, so survival check. That is a dirty 20.
We like those.
Where the fuck is D100? There we go. And the D100 gives me a 93!
Killed an albatross.
Well, you managed to find a couple of decent fish to shoot down. You do your shooting. You take one of your nets, you cast it out, you bring the fish in, because you can't really swim too far out to get them. And you see a couple of fish jumping out of the water that you want to get. It's kind of cool. Until you keep looking at this really nice looking bass that you've been trying to shoot. and you finally get a feel for its jumping pattern. You put an arrow in your bow, you nock it, you let it fly, and something whizzes past your vision in a split second and grabs the fish just before your arrow hits it.
No. You didn't.
It kind of takes off immediately right back up into the air before dropping the fish's head and a bit of its spine onto the ground at your feet.
What the fuck?
You look up, and what you swear only took off from the ground a few seconds ago is a black dot.
Mm.
And as you look down at the remaining fish jumping out of the water, it occurs to you that this thing is probably not done, and will probably continue to torment your search for food.
I'm gonna cast Cordon of Arrows. At 3rd level.
I'm sorry, and you were all worried about me committing war crimes? This man's about to extinct an entire race of bird!
He's committing bird crimes.
So one bird!
Come on, we know that now that he knows what this bird looks like, he is going to hunt down the rest of them and make them extinct.
Okay, Spaz, I need an attack roll.
No, Cordon of Arrows isn't an attack! I plant at 3rd level.
Yeah, let me.
It is an extra 2 arrows on top of 4. So now I have 6 arrows on the ground within range of the riverbed. And until the spell ends, I have chosen that bird as my target. Whenever a creature other than me comes within 30 feet for the first time, it must make a dex save 14 or take 1d6 piercing per arrow.
Okay. This is going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great! Are you going to attempt to shoot this bird?
No, actually. I'm going to bait it and look for more fish.
You continue looking for more fish, and eventually you catch the eye of another bass jumping out of the water. And you ready your bow as though you were getting ready to shoot at it. And like a siren song, the bird comes swooping down at a breakneck speed.
Yeah. Did it just nat 20?
It swoops down.
Caligula Macedonian Brutus.
Yes.
Did it just nat 20? My arrows!
Yes. And it tosses the fish up into the path of your arrows. Using it as a dummy. And also basically rendering it inedible.
Okay, awesome. This bird is Ralakan's big bad.
Hang on.
Because it's not done!
Ralakan, you're in the middle of having a small midlife crisis. Sorry, a mid-on-life crisis.
He hasn't even been undead for a year.
At the thought of the fact that a bird just outsped a cordon of arrows until something lands on your shoulder.
No.
And it kind of just looks at you for a moment, and it's got a bit of a confused expression.
Uh-huh.
It very much enjoys the... You know what? Give me an insight check.
Insight check? Oh.
Insight check, please.
22 with a nat.
The nat 20, let's go! Okay. You look at this thing, and it looks back at you. You get the feeling that this thing loves the taste of fish.
Ralakan, you have a point of luck courtesy of Waffle.
Thank you, Waffle.
Let's go, Waffle!
Yes!
And after having stolen your fish twice, it has learned something. And it is that you also smell like the taste of fish.
Oh, you motherfucker. I'm going to have my pointy teeth showing.
And it kind of just looks at you for a moment, looks down at the mutilated fish it left at your feet, and kind of flies off for a moment. It goes and picks up another bass out of the water and drops it at your feet intact.
Did I just fucking get a pet?
No, I think you just got pity bass.
The bird then perches itself once again on your shoulder. The bird is a bit heavier than you expected to be. It doesn't look particularly big. It barely stands over a foot tall. Like, you've seen geese and ducks bigger than this thing. However, it does just seem to be kind of perched on your shoulder now. It does not seem particularly content to leave.
I am never gonna hear the end of this.
No, no, you are not.
Well, I'm going to finally do what I came here to do and see if the fish blood will calm down the vampire thing.
Ral, roll me a d20.
Cool, great. $18.
Sick. The moment that blood hits your mouth, it is very quickly starting to feel a lot better. You can feel the ichor of virility returning to your muscles and slime returning to your skin.
Nice face.
You good?
Amazing.
Oh no. Spats.
It's slimy because it's morning, Waffle, don't you know?
It's
You know what? He hasn't he hasn't drank in a week. He's allowed to be slimy. Don't slime shame our ranger.
I have been doing nothing but slime shaming this ranger since he told that to Ian in session number 3!
You know what? It's been a very long time since Ralakan has felt the sweet embrace of a good breeding pool.
Son of a bitch.
You know, we should be thankful that, you know, the fish blood is working.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we should be thankful for that, so he's not just trying to cannibalize Cross or Venolin.
There's a very strange metallic taste to it that kind of like throws you off for a second, and it becomes aware very quickly that it's probably the mercury.
That's fine.
But you are also fish, so you will forego any further existential questions of whether or not you are currently committing cannibalism.
Bro, fish eat fish all the time. Who gives a shit?
Well, you're technically humanoid despite being part fish. So, morally, because we're
Potato,
sentient-
potato. Potato, potato.
Alright, fair enough. Moving on.
The bird kind of looks out at the last bass left jumping out of the harbor, and then looks at you with a sort of like pensive expression. I'm
Kind
gonna
of
use.
Go ahead.
And it immediately flies up into the air, swoops down to grab it before it can escape, and once again, drops it at your feet.
I have a pet bird now.
And Venolin is never gonna let you live it down.
No, I'm not. No, she is not.
Even
So,
better, you have a pet bird that's a better fisherman than you.
Oh! Oh my god, that was delivered just so fucking calmly and sedately.
And as Ralakan begins heading back, we're going to come back to the party next week. As they return to the Barclay Coliseum to search for a power cell from the teleporter. Jesus Horatio Christ.
That was my chair.
Sure.
No, seriously, my chair's been...
Uh-huh.
Like, no, you hear this.
Yes, clearly we hear that, Spaz. We're just giving you...
Jesus Christ, if it's gonna be creaking... Just put a sock on the door if you're gonna be creaking like that.
Moving on. Wrap up, Alex.
We'd like to thank our sponsors! Mainly D&D Beyond, D, the letter N, D, Beyond.com, a massive repository for all things 5th edition, including a sprawling compendium of homebrews to either add to or draw from for a small subscription fee. As we mentioned earlier, if you would like to directly support what we are doing here at the Direbear Adventuring Company, bringing together wonderful games from a variety of systems to display for you guys every weekday, please consider supporting us on Twitch as well as on Patreon. The links are down in the doobly, whatever you call it. You know, get some nice perks. Get some nice perks. Get our undying love and support. I haven't seen my family in years. Please. Man, sometimes you just really gotta sell doing the survey and getting the warranty, okay? I don't know what to tell you. In any case, Sunday. Fahrenheit? Yes. Sunday's Fahrenheit. Is Troubleshooter still on Monday?
They are still on Mondays, however, they're not back yet.
Yes. Tuesday, Star Wars?
Yes, Remnants of Shadow. Remnant of the
Beautiful.
Shadow.
Wednesday, Full Skull and Knights? Or is that
Yes.
over?
No, that's still
Yes!
going.
Beautiful, wonderful, amazing. I'm not up on things, my apologies. Thursday, our wonderful Maddie, who plays Venolin, is DMing a Knight's Ransom. Yes, by all means, frame the fast. Do we have anything going on Friday?
I believe Precarious is still running his horror game, where you can actually see familiar faces on our other games over on his channel.
Beautiful. And next Saturday, we will return here to the Stolen Cities, where the party will be searching for a power core from the Colosseum they destroyed.
2 episodes left for Precarious's game on Fridays.
Beautiful. As always, thank you so much for sitting down and joining us tonight. And remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, get vaccinated, be kind to one another, and roar for initiative.